Hey, there's your Wisconsin wine guy. I'm back with another wine review. Got my Road America hat on. If you don't know what that is, look it up. Road America. You know, one of the top race tracks located here in Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin. Look it up, check it out. And if you come to Wisconsin during race season, which is going to be starting, you gotta go check it out, right? It's so much fun. Now, but we're not here for racing. We're here for wine. More specifically, a wine review. So, for those who are new, I'm your Wisconsin wine guy. Hello. And I make a selection of wines I like to call everyday drinking wines, where you can find them at grocery stores, liquor stores, and some wine shops. I give these wines a taste and give you my honest opinion, what I think about these wines, how they taste to me. Utilizing the infamous thumb rating system. Thumbs up that, you know what, I recommend that wine. It's a pretty solid everyday drinking wine. Can't go wrong with it. 3/4. I would drink this wine at a party if it was there. If I was throwing a party and I was being budget conscious, I would have this wine at my party. Okay? Because this is a wine that people are just going to drink, you know, and enjoy with the food. In this case, I'm featuring the food. But I found a wine that's budget friendly. It's going to make the food taste even better, and the food's going to make the wine taste even better. So, now, thumbs down. Ooh, 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 ooh. We know what that is when the wine is thumbs down. It didn't work for my palate at all. Oh, I forgot halfway. Halfway says that that wine didn't work for me. It didn't make it a bad wine, but something about that wine just did not resonate, did not work with my palate. But you taste it and let me know and the rest of us know what you think. Every now and then there is the infamous double thumbs up. Double thumbs up is a wine that I like to say it's exceptional, even at this price point. A wine that you can probably sit on, you know, for 3 years, 5 years. And I recommend, you know, getting a few bottles and tasting it every 3 years, opening a bottle every 3 years or every 5 years, just to see how that wine evolves. I got quite a few of those wines sitting, you know, over there. I tried to look at them, you know, because I'm getting behind on my wines. That's why I created the wine purge. So now on today's show, we're going to be doing the Wente wines. If you've been following for a while, you know I really do enjoy the wines from Wente Vineyards, or Wente Vineyards if you're from Europe. But Wente Vineyards, I enjoyed their wines, you know, and the Wente Pinot Noir. I mean, they're family owned, still family owned after all these years. This is the 2021 Pinot Noir from the Central Coast, and it's called Baily Hill. I had to do some research on this Baily Hill. Now, Wente, they have their estate vineyards in Livermore, but they also have vineyards in other areas and vineyards that they work with. But this Baily Hill is part of the Central Coast. The grapes come from the Central Coast. You know, we're talking Monterey, Arroyo, Seco area. But the Baily Hill is a vineyard that was named after, what is it? I think I read fourth generation Wente. He was the godfather to the Wente, and he also decided that this particular area, this particular location would be great for Pinot Noir, which will set up that explosion of Pinot Noir growing in that part of California, the Central Coast. You know, the Monterey, Santa Barbara, those areas, you know, that cool climate, taking advantage of that cool breeze, you know, to slowly ripen up the Pinot Noirs and make, you know, lighter style Pinot Noirs, you know, with great acidity and good fruit. So this is the 2021, as I said, certified sustainable vineyards and wineries from the Central Coast. Alcohol comes in. Where's it at? Oop. I always got to search for the alcohol. Oh, it is. Alcohol comes in at 14% on this one here. You can find this retail anywhere from what I got here, 10.50 to, no, I'm sorry, 9.99 to 13.99. Screw cap again, coming off of this one. You know, I think I just been batting 500 on the screw caps. Wow, did that smell good? Ooh, wow, did that smell good? Mmm. You can right out the bottle. You can smell the barrel aging that took place with this wine. You know, a little bit of French oak. You can pick up on some of that. It probably has a small amount of American oak as well. Wow, that's nice. Now, for me, I think about Pinot Noirs, And what I've always associated, like certain French Pinot Noirs, the Pinot Noirs come from, and other Pinot Noirs from other areas, is that look a la orange. You has that nice orange citrus sauce, to it. That kind of fleshy with the cherries, mixed in. And that's what I pick up here. Very nice. I identify with that. You may not, but I identify with that, and that gives me a good start in some of my Pinot Noirs, especially if it's going to be a lighter Pinot Noir, even though this is 14, let's say 14 and a half or 14, 14% alcohol. Hopefully we don't get that alcohol burn that it's so balanced that you won't even notice 14% alcohol until you finish half the bottle. Okay? So now on the nose again. We have that citrus or orange nose that I love on that. You get some subtle toastiness of the barrel. You get some cherry notes here. Wow. I mean, the nose, I feel, I pick a little bit of vanilla. Subtle vanilla. So it's probably a combination of both French and American oak here. It's a very nice on the nose here. I'm digging it. I love the nose. But what I always say, the proof in the glass is in the taste. Two-step process. We taste for acidity. No acidity, no play. Okay? And now, here we go. Nice acidity. Nice structure on the tannins as well. That color goes from a garnet and it stays garnet. Okay, just definitely a light in color. Definitely a food style. Tannins are like soft medium, but they're there. Okay, they're definitely there. But in order to get that feel, you got to rinse. You can't just swallow. You got to rinse to get that feel. And that's what I'm feeling for. If it's rough or harsh tannins, I'll be like this. Okay, and trying to talk because my gums are sticking. My lips, inside of my lip is sticking to my gums. Okay, now for the actual taste. Wow, 14% alcohol, nada. Okay, definitely cherry. That's coming in on the finish, or almost like a dry cherry coming in, but finishing it with a fresh cherry taste. And that, when I say dry cherry, is a combination of like you get that oak taste coming in there, subtle, almost like light caramelization. As if you're making a compote. 14% alcohol, no way. I'm not feeling it, but I'll probably feel it later if I keep drinking. It has a very nice lightness to it. Refreshing. You couldn't like take an overly flavored dish with this. Okay, maybe depend. Lamb, can do. Certain hefty cheeses you can do. I can see that. I can see trying this with a pizza too. Okay, sausage pizza. Okay. But definitely. So, again, I've never been disappointed with Wente wines. No matter what the price point, I've never been disappointed with Wente wines. And for me, this is no exception. The Wente Baily Hill Central Coast 2021. Where we're like 2025, so 4 years on this one here. Let me pour a little bit more in the glass. And let me tell you, let's give it a rating. And it pours nice. It almost has a silkiness in its color when it pours. Okay? Wow. You can get like hues of purple when you're pouring it. I have to say, for the price point and where this is, I'm going to give this a thumbs up and a half. Okay? It doesn't quite reach double thumbs up, but a thumbs up and a half. because it hits all the points that I like, you know, in a Pinot Noir at this price point. If it had a little bit more depth to it, a little bit more, you know, power to it as far as complexities and depth to it, I would give it a double thumbs up. But a thumbs up and a half is pretty darn, thumbs up and a half, the thumbs up and a half is pretty darn good. Can't go wrong with that. Give it a try. Let me know what you think. Again, I've never been disappointed with a Wente wine, whether it be whites or reds, but you give it a try. Let me know what you think. It's your Wisconsin wine guy saying, as always, let your palate be the guy who's selecting your wines. And I'll see you next time. Ciao.